Smith, Winters and McAleer came in and made a bit of an impact. Is that going to give you a wee bit of headache going into the Morton game?
I think, I'll be honest, I think I've been pretty vocal this year, and I think we've got a good squad. There's boys been champing it a bit in training, doing well in the reserve games, but again, the boys that have been taken to the park have lost one game. So I think you've got to put that into perspective also. I think there's got to be a way in the team and a way out the team. Does this allow me the opportunity maybe to mix it up slightly? It does. I don't see it as weakening the team, because I do believe we've got a really good squad. It gives boys opportunity. It keeps the competition level high. So we're going to make a couple of changes. We will make a couple of changes, but I don't think it's going to weaken the team, if I'm honest. So I'm looking forward to seeing these boys. Have been playing reserve football, been doing well. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the starting 11. We've also, let's not kind of be about the bush, we've also got a huge game on Saturday against Falkirk. So going into the Hamilton game, there's probably 2, potentially 3 that we're carrying niggles and knocks that we're trying to look after. So this gives us a wee bit of an opportunity to bring the boys in who are champing at the door, but it also gives a wee bit of an opportunity to rest a couple of boys. With a view to Saturday, but just to rest a couple of boys that potentially, if they played tomorrow night, it could put them out of Saturday's game, just with a quick turnaround of fixtures. So I think we're going to be strong. I think we'll be really competitive. I think, without being disrespectful to Morton, we should have enough in the park to get through to the next round, but Dougie will be telling his players the exact same thing. I've got the luxury of a bigger squad. Morton, it's probably one area that Dougie struggled with the last couple of years, is trying to get the numbers in his building due to budgets. So I think it'll be a hard game. Dougie he'll have the boys up for it. They'll fancy their chances coming here, as we'll have our boys up for it and we'll fancy our chances.
Speaking of injuries, Davey, one notable one was Scott Pittman going off. Is there any update on Pitts?
We Pitts done a wee bit today. We were in yesterday in a recovery session. He wouldn't have took part in that anyway, but it was more a crack to the jaw, so it was more, felt a wee bit dizzy from. It was a kind of elbow to the jaw, so to speak, full force. Don't think it was malicious. I think their players kind of going into challenge, making sure he's not getting hurt, which ultimately hurt Pitts. It's probably a wee bit like Tatey's one. Tatey was going into his challenge, making sure he doesn't get hurt, and he ended up hitting Dylan. So wee Pitts will be alright for Saturday.
It was 1-1 last time out against Morton here. Will you be looking for that level of performance, albeit a wee bit more clinical in front of goal? Yeah,
I think that's a fair assessment. I think we need to be more clinical in front of goal. I could probably say that on Saturday as well. The previous Saturday, it's something as a group we need to get a wee bit more ruthless at, and we do work in it in training. So I think the last game here, we kind of was a half decent performance, albeit the points. It was a half decent performance, and kind of how I'm working this year is I think previous years it's result based. You go week to week, and the biggest thing is the result. But by doing that, it's really, really difficult to get levels of performance, because you're changing formations, the style of play is changing, the personnel's changing, the level of opposition's changing. Whereas this year, I think the onus has been more on the performance, and I think for the main, take confirming out the equation. I think for the main, we've generally had the performance in terms of we've always created chances, we've dominated the ball in most games. Take away Falkirk, which the performance was still there. So we're focused on the performance. I think we had the performance the last time here, albeit we never got to 3 points in the game.
You touched upon the Saturday to midweek Tuesday and then Saturday. How do you prepare the players for a midweek game when it comes to, in between the Saturdays?
I think we're very well set up at the club now. We've got everything here to help the players recover the best they can. So I think we're a Premier League club in terms of what we have at the club in terms of recovery. And we were in Sunday doing my recovery session. Doesn't give you a lot of coaching time in the grass. Then when you look at Saturday, you've not got a lot of coaching time going into that game either. But I do believe the facilities we've got at the club and the way we go about our business, we're doing everything possible to help the players recover, is to be in the best shape they possibly can.
Finally, David, it's always a chance to chase silverware. is the SPFL Trust Trophy something the club is looking to win?
I think as a fan, you want to get to cup finals. Does it matter really what cup final you're chasing? We're involved in 3 cups this year, we're out of 1, we're still involved in 2, so that doesn't really come into my thinking, the League Cup, Scottish Cup or the Trust Trophy. I just see it's an opportunity to go out and win a game of football, but an opportunity to try and take the club to a cup final, and that's what we're going to try and do.